Okay, welcome everyone. This is Dr. Norbert calling you from the remote artist studio in Norfolk, England, here on a special Friday night fight to bringing you the latest game from the Season X elimination rounds. This is still the round of 32, but this is the second game that we've streamed tonight. And with me tonight is a special guest host, the one and only Shadow Marvel. Hello, Shadow.
Friday night. You see my background?
This is the magic of time zones. As a matter of fact, you guys are only 4 hours behind us instead of the usual 5. So you're actually a little bit closer in time. And but welcome.
Still sleepy.
Shadow Marvel is also known as Matt. I'll probably call you Matt for this. He's been
You can call me Matthew, actually.
Matthew.
Call me
Okay,
Matthew?
right on. You got it. And
Thank you.
of course, you are one of the newest TOs for the leagues. In fact, you're running the Central League, I think it is, right? Yes.
You are correct.
Even though you were living in New York City. And as I found out tonight, we have 2 players tonight. Gil is from Denmark. He'll be playing X-Men. And the other person is AndrewP. He is also known as Pierce Cat, and he comes from Rochester, as it turns out. Rochester. And he'll be playing, what did we say? Web Warriors. And as you can see already from the role, that's the priority role that you see on the screen there, which is pretty dismal, but nonetheless, Pierce Cat won the priority. They're choosing, and Gil chose 20 threat. Do you want to talk a little bit about their rosters while they are getting themselves sorted?
So, we'll start with if you look at Andrew or Pierce Cat. So he's Web Warriors. So I'm assuming winning priority is a very big deal for him because that means he can. I assume he chooses his secures. Well, the secures are pretty strong, and you definitely want to choose your secures against X-Men because they tend to do those pay to flips, and Web Warriors do not like pay to flips.
Yeah.
And we're already seeing crises drops, and yep, there it goes. Infinity formula missing.
Shall we take a look then? Well, let's see if you're right, but you're probably right because that is the key thing we've been learning these days is if you have Web Warriors, try not to let them get the secures. Now he won priority, so it was up to him. But so if he did choose secure,
He definitely chose secures because there's no infinity formula in the X-Men roster.
Fair enough. So all right, so we got infinity. What are his other secures then?
The Web Warrior player?
Yeah.
His other secures was riots and scoundrels.
All right, Matthew.
All things that I'm pretty sure that the X-Men player doesn't like.
Oh, okay.
And all these probably this of all the scenarios, this is probably the one the X-Men player prefers. But obviously, we would prefer to have play to flips against a Web Warrior team.
Right. Okay, so we have Infinity Formula, and then Gil then picked for extracts the Skrulls Infiltrate, which is where he got the 20 threat from. What are your thoughts about using Skrulls with X-Men, which is his faction?
Well, I haven't seen I've played against X-Men and I haven't seen them use Skrulls, but I can imagine that it's probably a good and a bad thing against Web Warriors. The good thing is that they can do auto damage into the Web Warriors, which can be hard to get damage in, either from the fact that the X-Men player just moves up and kind of bombs themselves next to some Web Warriors and deals damage around them, or if the Web Warrior player happens to have a lot of power on them, which doesn't always happen, but if it does happen, then they start taking auto damage, which is beneficial for X-Men.
Yeah, I really like this scenario. I like the way it's designed. It's easy to remember and in a good, competitive back and forth type of crisis, but you have to constantly worry about getting all that extra, getting that bad roll, basically.
Yeah. Or Skrulls the movement. Oh no, Skrulls is the pushing one. Oh, Skrulls is the pushing. I'm so sorry.
Push is short.
It's pushing. Push is short. That's
So you don't want to roll crits and wilds. If you do, then you get pushed short.
Yeah, so that makes sense for X-Men because they tend to have a lot of high physical players.
Quick note about the map. Thank you to Carefree Llama, one of the developers of the mod, who actually, him and Zayton put together this crazy map that always causes a bit of controversy in the community, the competitive community, I should say. But we're going to roll with it. In fact, I saw somebody in real life who put this Matt together. All right.
That was Worm Gaming Dad, right?
It might have been, yeah. Okay, we're looking at Gil from Denmark playing Hulk, one of his favorites, Rogue, Beast, Logan, and Storm. Really popular set of characters, perhaps except for Rogue,
Yeah,
maybe, although she's not a bad
very
character,
tall.
but you don't see her. 20 points. Eyes on the Prize, which is the one where you can grab an objective at length 2 instead of length 1. To me, my
Yep.
X-Men, Exceptional Healing, Patch Up, and Brace for Impact. All quite good cards, except for maybe Gotta Get Some Air is missing, but maybe there's just not enough room to fit it
Yeah,
in.
probably. I mean, the brace for impact is a little bit interesting because I guess the Web Warriors have some throws, but they're not known for their high impact throws. So, uh, I would have probably liked to have got to get some air over brace for impact, but you can't fault the choice either.
Yeah. Phil, thank you, Phil, for correcting me. I always get this wrong myself. I just want to make sure people at home understand. The way the scrolls work is when you pick it up, if you need to roll at least a crit or a wild, otherwise you get pushed short. So sorry about that. I hope I didn't confuse anybody, but we corrected it early enough. And just getting a message in from one of the players. Let's see what's happening. Yes, they want to know about the time. This is an elimination round, so it's 1 hour on the chess clocks for each player. I am able to turn on the timers, but they kind of obscure some of the dice rolls, so I'll leave it off until it starts getting important.
You
But there you
can
can see.
drag it down a little bit. You
Oh
know that.
yeah, oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
There we are.
Boom.
Boom, boom.
Perfect.
Thank you. So they have to fix it to say an hour instead of an hour and a half. Meanwhile, we're gonna go take a look at Pierce Cats. Let's call him Pierce Cats. Web Warriors. He's taken Miles Morales, Ghost Spider, Gwen. Who's this? Agent Venom. All
Agent Venom.
right, woohoo! I just put that model together, and man, does it look sweet! Oh, I can't wait to paint that model up. And Black Cat, and Spider Woman, and Moon Knight. Ooh, saucy. Very wide. He's got 1, 2, 3, 6 characters to 5. Crises, or sorry, tactics. He is advanced R&D, spicy. Brace for impact, all webbed up, spider tracker, and fall back. All pretty classic cards for Web Warriors, I'd say. Would you agree?
Uh, yeah, and I think the Agent Venom is a perfect pick because that's the way you get to X-Men and their cover.
How do you? What do you mean?
You know,
Say again.
well, the X-Men have their cover from their leadership, and
Right.
Agent Venom denies that cover essentially. Well, denies the benefits of the cover because you cannot modify your dice when he shoots at you.
Okay. Gotcha.
So he's a clear tech piece. Everything else here looks very good. Also, Black Cat is good for a lot of reasons. He can stagger the Hulk as well as just the ability to um, steal. You can steal the scroll and not get the negative of being pushed.
I mean, Ancient Venom surely is he's affiliated with Web Warriors, isn't he?
Correct. I
That
didn't.
and Guardians, isn't that right?
He's that and Guardians. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Someone in the chat can correct us, but I've played him. Oh, and Shield. I played him in
Shield.
Shield.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So I didn't see the last person on his roster when you scrolled
Oh,
over
big
it,
pardon.
but I assumed
It
I think
was Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. So they're all affiliated. It's a fully Web Warrior affiliated roster.
Nice. Okay. Deployment's happening. We should mention that you're also one of the accusers on the in the TTS leagues. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And
I think Lucas is the one accusing this one.
that's what I was going to
right
ask.
now.
So it's Lucas tonight. We have just one table judge. Is that correct, or do we have a line judge as well?
I guess that's me.
That's you.
I can message Lucas if there's anything that we see.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I have his thing up here.
Now, I was lucky because we got this match scheduled in time for happy hour here in England. I don't know if you're able to drink just yet, but probably not.
No, I don't drink normally, but on a special occasion like this one, I brought a little bullet bourbon.
Cheers! Oh, that's amazing, Matthew. That's fantastic. So cheers to you. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm looking forward to a nice, fun game.
My pleasure.
I'm polishing off the rest of this Norfolk whiskey. that I have. Almost. Oh, that tastes like apples now. I just had a little
Yeah.
bit of supper before I ate, and so it changed the flavor in my mouth. And now I had the whiskey, and it changed the flavor altogether. Really nice.
Well, it's been a while since I drank, so I might get loose.
We're gonna have a spicy Matthew on here tonight.
I got water too.
What conventions are you going to be going to?
Unfortunately, I don't go to a lot of conventions. The one thing that I really enjoy about Tabletop Simulator is that it gives me a chance to play, and I have a lot of COVID sensitive things that are in my life.
Ah,
So I'm really not to get. I'm very rarely able to get in person in real life play, and the Tabletop Simulator League, as well as just casual games, allows me to play, and then I just buy the models and paint as a hobby.
no, good for you. That's really great. Um, is there a scene in Manhattan at all, though, like for MCP?
I think there's one growing in the Carcosa Club, which is out in Brooklyn, in Williamsburg,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been hearing that they've been starting a grow league recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that just outside Manhattan, just outside the city in New Jersey, there's um, a big group growing over at I think it's Red Seal Gaming is where they play. I know that I think his name is Half As Ninja, and he has been leading that up, and he's been doing a lot for. He did it at PAX Unplugged, and he's been really pushing a lot for the local scene there, and it's been doing a great job with that.
Cool. That's really good to hear. It's hard, I found, to find gaming groups in Manhattan because of space, basically.
Based, yeah. Yeah, there's base in Manhattan itself. There's probably maybe one place you can go to play because there's some Warhammers who played C Strat, but I don't know if C Strat actually even plays anymore because it's in the basement, and basements are frowned upon right now nowadays.
What? Why is that?
COVID.
Oh,
People
COVID.
don't want to be trapped in a place that has zero air
Okay.
ventilation.
Okay. Used to be rats when I lived in Manhattan, but I guess things have moved on.
Oh no, the only thing I randomly find in the corners of the C Strat are people who throw their dice.
I used to play in Complete Strategist, but up in like a mezzanine type of area that they have there.
Mm.
And
Yeah, no, I love that.
I did read an article about how apparently rats are carrying COVID virus now in Manhattan. Did you read that?
Thanks. Thanks for that. Thanks
It's
for
just-
I gotta go freak out now. Thank you.
What floor are you on though in that apartment?
Uh, I'm currently on the seventh floor.
Okay, maybe it's high enough. No rats.
No, they get it wherever they want to get.
They
They're
go where
rats.
they want to go. All right, to orient people at home, scrolls are on one of those new maps. So there's one here at the bottom, and there's a similar one at the top, and then two very close to each other here in the middle. Infinity Formula is the usual, one of the older maps, and it's just the two here at the bottom and the two here on the top. Got a size 4 truck in the middle, size 4 wagon here as well, which is what Gil gave to him, presumably switching the map around. Size 3, size 2, size 3, size 2, size 2. Not a lot of size 1s in the middle anyway. A couple of blocks here and there.
No.
All right,
Nothing
deployment.
to really block up the works.
Deployment, we have X-Men. We have all the way on the left flank Logan. He's a good flanker, so that makes sense. Hulk close to the middle. Beast right in the middle alongside. Where's Storm at? No, Storm is at the top with Rogue. And then
Yeah.
then over here we have Miles all the way on the left flank. Interesting. Spider-Woman, Ghost Spider, Moon Knight, and Black Cat and Ancient Venom. So heavy on the right flank here.
Good for Storm. Lucky Storm. Looks like we got Spider Woman running up there. Makes sense. She's pretty well protected from the potential push if she gets pushed,
Yep.
and she's tanky. She's a great person to take that piece.
And we'll have line of sight blocked in many respects here.
Yeah, I mean, it's an omnidirectional push, so if she gets the push, then she's basically going to get pushed into line of sight. We'll see what happens. He needs to get a crit roll. Got the wild. So
So
Jessica's fine.
all good.
So I'm assuming that this whole Eyes on the Prize is designed for Hulk to move up and grab that other scroll, but maybe not. Maybe it's a utility. Maybe they're using it for utility purposes.
I don't know. This is what we're going to find out today. Miles is
Yeah,
moving in.
I'm really interested to see.
Sorry.
No, that was just Jessica doing her second action.
Oh
She's a
gosh,
long mover,
she's
so she can grab the scroll in one move.
amazing. So now she's contesting that secure serum canister and also getting cover from the size 2 car.
And counts blanks as wilds.
Whew.
But only from range 2.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, blanks is successes.
She's one of those interesting characters where she has stealth at 3, but then counts blanks at 2. So you kind of have to attack her right in between there.
Which
Okay.
is not where you want to be on Infinity Formula. So it's a good crisis for her.
Beast moves up, grabs the other scroll in the middle, fails the roll. Hey, this thing
Fails. Yep.
moved again. And yeah, so now there's a push involved.
Now it gets pushed. Push. I'm guessing maybe pushes straight back so that he can't move to contest something else, but it's a relatively inconsequential push.
Yeah.
I don't think that was legal.
Why is that? Because of the block?
It went right through the flat block.
Yeah, sure.
There.
I think Gil's pointing that out now. So oh,
Yeah.
he's letting it go.
I guess I'm fine with it. I can't see necessarily 100% from that angle because we're at an angle. So maybe there was a free movement there, but technically it's a push, not an advance. So if you hit anything, then you just stop. So you have to click that little push button in the middle. Maybe they're still discussing it. I have no idea.
Yeah, not sure because I heard a die roll now as well. So some hand waving going on.
Yeah, what would that die roll be? Maybe they're like deciding since it's too late and they can't measure it, they're kind of like rolling it to see if it was legal or not. Sometimes you do that, right? Like you're just like you do the 50-50 on whether or not to keep it as is.
I try not to. That is a very GW oriented type of mindset that I'm not a big fan of myself, but I know is very popular.
Well, I mean that's at a certain point, like once if he moves and then he moves again
Yeah.
and
Yeah, no,
the
at that
board
point
state is
then
changed,
yeah.
it's harder to
Yeah. Yeah, at that point you're committed. I mean that you can't complain any longer.
like it's hard to go back and say, no, you would have hit that thing because you can't really measure it out again.
Oh, Lucas is chiming in. Thank you, Lucas. Players agreed the push distance didn't matter, but I told them to be more careful of pushes and throws. Right on. That is the correct response. Great refereeing by Lucas. Thank you. I would have done
I always like that guy.
Have you met him or have you played against him?
I've played against him a couple of times. He's a nice guy.
Cool.
And I think I talked to him during his accuser, because he's a new accuser.
Yeah.
But I really liked this. I really liked reading his responses. He was very thorough and he was also very brief, which I think is a great thing to have in an accuser. Unlike myself, who is neither thorough nor brief, but it's correct usually.
Moon Knight has moved up to the bottom scroll, picked it up, and did roll the wild, so no push involved there. So I believe he is done. And so now Gil is picking up.
So that roll that he had for the hit was for his multiple personalities. So he got the hit, which is extra dice, which didn't really matter.
Thank you. That's what it was. Yep.
Purposes.
Rogue picks up the top scroll. So making the scrolls 2 and 2 for each side. Now Gil's gonna go ahead and roll. Let's see. She's got 4 dice, so she has a good chance. Yes, she gets it with the wild.
She's fine.
No push. So this is the way that AMG has fixed these crises. So rather than the old crises, when you would have to roll, you kind of got punished if you had a better defense than other characters, right? Because it was like if you rolled something, you would have a negative effect, and so like rolling more dice meant that you had more chance of rolling that thing. Here it's the other way around. You have more dice, so you have more chances to get the thing that you need to avoid the roll or the bad effect.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that Beast moved over to where he was in order to give Logan a hop or the Hulk a hop. Just basically give the flexibility for either one to hop over and get to Moon Knight. Moon Knight's not a particularly hardy person to be holding an extract. I did think originally it was interesting that he was moving towards Logan because Logan wants to be by himself. So I thought he'd leave that flank for Logan, but I also know that X-Men players can do that like hop and then move and then still kind of get into the back point.
Yeah. And this is why I don't play X-Men, because that didn't even occur to me. And it's like a really big deal if you want to play X-Men well, is to position characters so the hop becomes relevant.
Oh yeah, it's the hardest part about X-Men is this part of the game. So any of the X-Men players in the cut are going to be exceptional at their positioning because that makes or breaks whether or not you're good in the affiliation is whether or not you can uh, position yourself properly to take advantage of the hop.
Logan moves up to the secure point and is just
Ooh,
outside of 3 of Moon Knight, unfortunately. I'm wondering if he really
that
wanted to
is
make that
it.
happen.
Yeah, because normally you would be able to hit it a range 3 from the if you move a medium because I played a lot of Shadow on Daredevil, so I know you move medium, someone grabs a mid extract, but I think Logan was a little too high up and Moon Knight was a little too far down,
Right.
and it just got outside of range, which is super
Which is
super
geometry,
lucky.
which is why you need to stay in school, kids. Because if you don't have
It's-
geometry, you will fail at MCP like this.
That, that is true. So probably gonna Agent Venom's gonna move up and pop a shot into Logan.
Yeah,
Uh,
looks like it might be
maybe.
close, maybe not.
Well, he's got a range 4 attack, so he should be able to do it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Um,
huh?
maybe he's not.
I don't know. He's trying every tool. you know.
You got to try them all. You got to try them all. It's important to measure as much as you can to see what your options are. He's got other things he could do. He probably was measuring the 3 to see if he can incinerate Logan first, and then realized he couldn't, and was seeing what his other options are. It looks like he's probably just rolling a regular old gun rifle.
Pew pew.
Uh,
Not a good hit. One hit, one save.
just like their priority rolls.
I know. they we always talk about the dice gods and how they are greedy and not easily appeased. And it looks like these boys may not have done enough effort in that department before starting this match.
No, apparently not. But I'm sure the dice gods will wake up and at some point.
when the players least need it, like no, we don't need hot dice now, please. All right, Rogue's moved up to contest, and I think
Storm.
Storm's moved up to contest. Not sure if she's going to continue moving or not. She's still got one action to go.
Yeah. Could see her positioning to give some flexibility for Rogue on a hop, but other than that, there's not exactly like the hardiest hitters on the top side of this
A
map.
bit of a pillow fight on the top.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a pillow fight in general for the Web Warriors.
Although I have to say,
Agent Venom?
Sin wiped out my Rhino at a recent weekend tournament thing. It was really bad.
I mean, MCP dice can do whatever, I've been killed by ninjas so many times. So
Do you find the ninjas
it just happens.
do better than Daredevil does?
No, I've played a lot of Daredevil. Let me tell you that man can hit,
Yeah,
especially when you start using that thunder.
yeah, when he switches on, it's good. But man, sometimes the ninjas are really kind of outclassing him. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like looks like he's just taken back. It seems smart.
Yeah, Miles just goes on to the secure point. So he's got 2 people contesting that secure. Gil's now moving Hulk. Well, he hopped him once. I guess that's the X-Men hop.
Yeah.
And then he's going to do a short move.
Yep. Gonna get in there. Hulk is gonna smash.
Yeah.
Hulk is a very tough thing to deal with.
Yeah, who's he got? Well, Agent Venom. I don't know if does Agent Venom have any tech that could be useful against Hulk?
Hulk can't re-roll his dice when Agent Venom shoots him. So he could pierce, he could incinerate him, and then he can let everyone start attacking him. But I don't know if this team has enough offense to really take down a Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any great control against the Hulk. Moon Knight has a spender, can push him on the spender. I think it's size restricted. So I think the only control they really have is Gwen. And that's not great. You're just pulling them in.
Ooh, good hit from the Hulk. That's 4 hits, including 2 crits. Crits roll into one more hit. So 5 hits into no saves.
Yep.
Cover doesn't apply because he's within 2.
You wouldn't have cover anyway. Why would you have cover?
Oh, I'm thinking storm. Wrong side of the table. Never
Yeah,
mind me. Never mind
wrong
me.
side.
Wrong side of the
Looks like
table.
he did get the reroll to
Oh,
live.
reroll. Yes, that's what they have. Reroll.
Miles
Okay.
leadership.
Yep. Okay, so he's living on
Of
1 hit point.
course, he's probably gonna get thrown
I should hope so.
to burn that brace early.
Yeah, right?
I mean, why would you not?
Because then he'd be able to throw size 4 trucks and things and not have to worry about brace ruining the fun.
Exactly. So you want to throw him because he's got the extract, and you know he's going to spend it because he's not going to give up an extract to Hulk. So it's 2 power to burn his tactic card. It's a freebie.
Boop.
Smash, boom, right into that headlight.
Yep, into the headlight. And sure enough, there's brace.
That's what you got to do.
Yep.
That was perfect. In fact, it was probably even better than one-shotting him. It made him burn a tactic card.
Yeah, good point. Wanted to, speaking of tactics cards, see a lot of the finalists here in the chat tonight, which is wonderful. Great to see you guys giving us your thoughts, scoping out the competition, because we are doing a bracketed system, so people know who they're going to play next, depending on who's the winner of any particular match. And is it Jacob Deacon? I think it's Jacob Deaton, rather, was asking, I wonder if eyes on the prize card was to steal the far scroll with Hulk if Webbs didn't take it immediately. But I was wondering if it's really worth it without prio.
Yeah, I don't really know. I haven't done the measurement because that size 4 wagon, that train in the middle, could muck things up in terms of getting that angle, getting the hop, and then moving. I guess if you hop, move, you still probably can get within range too, because you kind of have to go around the thing because he won't fit on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
But without prio, uh, I mean, you can catch someone off guard, like if he doesn't see it, if Pierce doesn't see it, then he doesn't go for it, and then suddenly he's really down and out. That happens even at any level, people miss things.
Yep, absolutely. In fact, as an accuser, you probably realize how obvious some things look like when you're not one of the players and just looking in, and you completely miss it when you're a player. It's just part of the human condition.
Yeah, it's easy to talk about it when you're watching it but then when you're in it, your brain is in a completely different mindset. It's a different mode.
Yeah, because you're focused. You're so hyper focused on what's going on in front of you.
So it looks like he got Logan. I think he's pushing Logan. Gwen. I think Gwen moved up and shot Logan and got the wild and
so
did what
she
she
gets
needed
to
do.
push him. What is it? Short.
Push him short away.
Okay.
Unless she chooses not to, and she's just going to pull him in. It's a choice that a player could make, or not do anything.
Not doing anything. She's going to call it a day. Right.
So 5 dice he rolled. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So that's 2 scrolls apiece and 2 secures apiece. So that should put everybody on 4/4 if I'm doing this right. Hulk needs a tick mark. That's all. Make sure that.
Right. But it's also it's pretty good for the X-Men player, to be perfectly honest. It's the score's tied, so he's keeping parity. He has priority. Moon Knight is sitting there with 1 left on him and an extract. So he's almost impossible to not be taken out by the Hulk. And then if he so chooses to go with the Hulk first, almost impossible not to take him out.
The thing about Web Warriors I found is they got to weather a lot of the early game, and then they just clean up on points towards the end of the game. The question
they got to get those extracts off.
Yeah,
and Miles and Black Cat are the ones that can steal. So, I mean, it's not over, but it's a good spot for the X-Men player to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just saying the Web Warriors can be very deceiving that way. They could be a little bit behind at the beginning and then like all of a sudden just score enough to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So, but as you pointed out, Gil will continue to have prio unless he does other things to mess that up, and that's good because that's where he wants to be when he has these heavier hitters.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting because he's got a lot of heavy. He's got a steel. Pierce Cat has a steel on top and bottom of the map, which is good. So he has the ability to take something off of Rogue, and he has the ability to take off of Beast or whoever is going to take the scroll from Moon Knight. So he has a lot of gameplay. So Gil has to be aware of that as well.
All right, a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking. Looks like Gil's testing out where Logan can attack.
Yeah, which makes sense. You kind of don't necessarily. I mean, even though Hulk is like an automatic throw Moon Knight and then he's done. Logan, you kind of want to hold Hulk a little bit longer. The longer you hold those big, powerful control pieces, the more power they have.
Okay, 3 hits.
Something's happening.
Including a wild against 3.
Which is a pierce and a bleed.
Okay, so that means no saves. And yeah, sure enough, that went into Moon Knight.
That went into Moon Knight.
And so Logan will be able to pick up that scroll.
Well, he's got a place. He's got a place. He drops the scroll, then he has to place Logan.
Right.
And I think I couldn't. I don't have the card in front of me. I don't know if it's before damage is dealt or after damage is dealt, but he has to take that into account that he's not going to be where he is.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see, there we are. After the attacker's resolved.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, which doesn't really matter.
He just has to remember to put the token where he wants to be. Yeah.
Yeah. It only matters if like he KOs the character, but since he's not, it doesn't actually have an effect. What's happening right now? But he does have to be. He obviously is aware that he's not going to be where he is currently if he's the one who wants to pick up the scroll. But maybe he just wants to grab that scroll and get out.
Yeah, he's got an action left.
Walk away with. Can't imagine that he's going to want to be.
Is he gonna?
Maybe
he's gonna leave it for Hulk. Oh, interesting.
I would not think that's a great idea because any of these characters can pretty much move up and grab it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Is he trying to go for the attrition play?
Yeah.
I suppose if he takes out one of them, like Black Cat especially.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's a very dicey play because Logan's not going to have his rerolls because he's going to be within range 3 of Hulk. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a good thing we have whiskey to help us through these conundrums. Oh my God, Gil, put the damn model down for the love of God.
He's not sure. He doesn't know. You always know when the player's hemming and hawing on what they're doing. I mean, I do it a lot. Because you're kind of like playing in your head. You're just like, is this the right play? Is this the right play? No, this is the right play.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
It seems like he's already decided to let that scroll be more of a temptation.
Yeah, bait.
So that Hulk and Beast could get on them, but
that's like that great scene from Thunder Road, Mad Max Thunder Road. That's bait.
That's bait.
Do you remember the woman up in the cage?
I do remember it now. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I do also clearly remember the GIF. So, or GIF if you're inclined. I don't know. I don't want to offend the internet.
That's right. Which is the woke term? Which is the term that the wokerati use? Is it GIF? GIF?
I think. Well, my wife says GIF, and I say GIF, so it's a struggle in this household.
I say GIF too. GIF is peanut butter, for the love of God. Come on.
It's not John Doerr. It's Gondor. Just saying. It is interesting to throw Logan into it. I mean, he's a one-on-one specialist, and now he's throwing him into essentially a 3-on-1.
Second attack going, I'm not sure where. Not too bad.
Where
4 hits, including a crit and the wild. So he's got the pierce. Crit doesn't
it's
roll into
pretty
anything.
exceptional.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
pretty
God.
great.
Well, 2 saves though, but 1 save. So that's 1, 2, 3 hits. 3 hits into
You
somebody.
might have a reroll. I didn't see. You might
Oh,
have another
yeah. Here comes the
Miles
reroll.
reroll
Yeah.
first.
Let's see. Reroll rolls into. Yep. There's another save. Bah!
Yeah.
That's what happens.
It's a really good hit, really good block. You like to see that.
Mm.
Like to see that when
Well, I would like to see that because my defense dice never do that. All right.
right.
It
So
was
he was
it's a
going
black
after
cat.
Black Cat.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Here's some more dice.
Black Cat is the threat. Black Cat's the biggest threat on the bottom of the board. I mean,
Oh,
Agent Venom is the one who has the firepower, but she's the one who can leverage the scenario.
so another good hit, 4 hits, including a pierce, but it was amazing 4 saves. I think this was his spender. He must have done the beam. Yeah.
Yeah, he must have stunned a spender.
Yep. And so the spender, the second one went into Agent Venom. So I have to say, pretty disappointing second activation, although no fault of his own. It's just good defense dice being rolled.
I mean, that's what you kind of hope to assume if you're the Web Warrior player. Like, if you're a Web Warrior player and your defense dice aren't good, then you're not in a good place.
Mm-hmm.
So he's placing him outside of 3.
That's so he can get rerolls.
Yeah.
Are those rerolls good on defense dice though, or is it just attack dice?
Just offense dice, just attack dice. He's now sitting there, ready to be shot at, or kind of. It's more of a like, come at me,
Yeah.
waste your. I mean, it's you got two characters down here who are very beefy, with exceptional healing and all kinds of stuff on one, and the other one's got 20 health. Like,
Yeah.
attacking them seems a little silly. I would not be surprised to see how much health. If there was one more power, I feel like Black Cat. I mean, Black Cat could stagger Hulk, which would be pretty nice.
Oh my God!
Could
Yes,
stagger.
that's a really good point.
Stagger Hulk. Pick up the scroll, and then, but then obviously, potentially, she's gonna take another damage and then be right in the Hulk's face, even though it's one punch and a throw. It's gonna be a punch and a throw. So she probably doesn't survive that. She could ignore the scroll, move up, do a glide or grappling hook, and then stagger him, and then move away. But then Hulk is probably perfectly fine with grabbing that scroll and running away.
Yeah. All right, here she goes.
No, she's gonna grab it.
Move it, grab it. Now, if she rolls badly, that'll be not good for her.
Well, she's a long mover. She's not staying there.
Yeah, sure, but then well, this she won't be able to stagger him straight away. Is what I'm saying. With the second action.
I don't know if you want to stagger her right now. Anyway,
No,
you're
stagger the
basically at
Hulk.
that point.
All right.
Well, it's a range 3. It's a range 3 stagger.
It's a range 2, I thought.
Anyway, range 3.
It's point is moot. She rolls the wild, so she doesn't move. Yeah.
Great. So she can glide and run away, which seems to be the play she's doing.
Let me just look at her up. That's bothering me.
Because if she tries to stagger him, even if she gets the elusive, like Hulk can just leap over to her and smash her into oblivion.
Okay, so she did the hook arrow, not hook arrow. It's similar. What's it called?
Grappling hook.
Grappling hook to move herself to, and then she did the long move to get the hell out of there.
To safety. Take a hit of damage from bleed. Hopefully they catch that. And then
Good point. So far, not.
I'll give him a moment. If Lucas doesn't see it, then I'll send him a message.
Yep.
It's an easy one to miss. I have missed it on many occasions.
Yep. Same.
There it is.
Boom. Good job.
They got it. See? Professionals all the way.
Yeah, all professionals at this level. You know what you're doing. After going through 6 grinding weeks of Swiss League against some of the best players around the world, and well, this is the first round of the eliminations, but nonetheless, everybody who made it so far has really done an exceptional job to make it this far. Okay, that's Hulk doing his gamma leap forward. He's sitting now within one of that secure and is surrounded by lots of juicy targets.
So I honestly think this was a great turn of events for the Web Warrior player
Hmm.
because he's now taking the extracts away from the biggest threats in the game. The biggest threats are Hulk and Logan, and now they're on the bottom of the map, and they're sitting with one extract and two secures, and Black Cat is in a position now to move up to the lighter side of the board with Storm and Rogue, and where there's going to be three extracts and two secures, which is probably much more beneficial for the Web Warrior player. So that grab, glide, and go is much better. And now he's just going in with the Hulk to try to clean up. Which, if he's going for attrition and it works out, that's great. But right now, he needs to now eventually rotate and get to the other side of the board.
Right. So Hulk did a hit into Gwen. They're re-rolling it for some reason. We'll see what happens here.
Maybe he rolled too many dice. I don't know.
Maybe a great hit. Oh God, 5 with a crit. Six hits altogether against 2 saves, which is good, but
not good enough.
Not good enough. She was already damaged, which is good. Gwen is always one of my priority targets when I play against the Web Warriors.
Gotta go. Old Jaron Foss used to say all the time on his streams, "She gotta go." He's right. She gotta go.
All right. He just spent a ton of money, power, that is. It looks like he's going to do his spender into Agent Venom.
Yeah.
No rerolls, you said, right?
No, he gets... Well, I don't think Hulk has rerolls anyway. It's just when Agent Venom attacks somebody, they don't get to modify their dice.
Right. Crits, though?
Just like old Venom.
So
crits are fine.
4 hits against 3 saves. Man, is he saving so well. My God.
Really, really well.
And then the leadership reroll, another save. Classic.
Oh!
Unbelievable.
That's great.
Oh, God.
Man, if only.
If only. If only.
I bet Gil is tilting just off looking at this. He blocked the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he still gets the stagger and the throw, but still. Feels bad. I mean, at the same time, there's 2 dazed characters on the Web Warrior side. So.
Yeah.
Look, they're bleeding out. Then he can throw Agent Venom? No. Who's left? There's nobody left. There's no one to throw. He's done. Oh, he doesn't have the power anyway.
Yeah, he's done. Whoop.
It's not Steve Avengers.
Okay, going to the top of the board.
Yep.
And
so now he's got to make a decision. Rogue is probably the most concerning, and she's the one with the extract. Miles is online to steal at any point.
Mm-hmm.
But he probably doesn't want to steal and sit in front of Rogue at the same time with no power. He also needs to get 1 more power in order to pick up the extract. Oh, I can't see Miles being the activation here. But maybe he is.
No,
maybe
it's
he's
gonna
doing
be.
it.
Oh, maybe it looked like Spider-Man. No,
that
sure
was
enough.
That was a medium. That's a medium template. You're not bringing out a medium template with Jessica.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, but it's Miles. No, maybe not.
he's maybe just thinking that he's got time to think. He's got a clock. So
well, this is the important thing about the clocks.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of Hemming and Hawn by Gil earlier. Now it's happening on Pierce Cat's side. The clock just helps mitigate that kind of stuff so that it doesn't go off to oblivion, basically.
And I have to say, I've been a relative opponent to clocks in TTS. I like clocks in general, but in TTS, it's such a difficult. It's difficult to think about it. But my opponent, who beat me this week, Aaron, he was the greatest gentleman when it came to the clock because we both were very communicative about what we were doing with the clocks, when we were stuck on clocks, so that none of us were egregious in like forgetting to switch over. it was a very, very pleasant experience, and
That's great.
so I was very happy about that.
Yeah, and congrats to you. I know, unfortunately, you lost, but at least you made it into the cuts, which is fantastic.
I'm always happy to win games, and when I lose games, then it's the dice's fault, right? That's the line.
By the way, people, if you're playing with the chess clock in the TTS mod, you can actually click the actual clock itself, which is on the table, or if you're using this heads-up display like you're seeing here, you can just click on the numbers of the clock, and it'll switch it as well, which is super convenient. Okay, so it looks like he's having Spider Woman go. She's gliding for 2.
Okay.
And
Not sure what she wants to do there. Storm's throw is also online. So it has to keep that in mind.
Spider Woman wants to put some damage into Rogue.
Maybe stun her. Be really nice to get that wild and stun her so she doesn't gain power as much.
Oh, there she goes. She gets
There it is. There it is.
2 hits,
The
including
damage
wild.
is inconsequential.
Three hits altogether against 1 save.
And the stun is before damage is dealt, so she only gets 1 power off that.
Yeah.
Those 2 Oh, she has the damage reduction.
Damage
So
reduction.
it doesn't matter anyway. Damage was inconsequential. I assume it's a stun. I mean, we'll see what ends up going on there. But maybe a shock. Maybe he forgot. I assume that's the reason why he did it. So
Yeah, for sure.
otherwise,
There it is.
she's not someone. There it is, the stun.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't want to attack her. There's no reason to attack her otherwise to give her power.
And now it looks like second action going into Storm.
Now, unfortunately, I believe she is immune to shock, so that would be another attempt to stun, I guess.
Stun is such an
We'll see,
annoying condition.
That's one of the reasons why she's great. Although when Aaron played against me, he didn't really do anything in terms of attack. He just basically moved her into interrogate range and just interrogated the entire game around.
There's another wild.
There's another wild.
2
I told
hits.
you when they did their priority rolls and he hit that wild, the only success was a priority, was a wild. And that's what he wants. No damage, but gets the condition, which is probably what he cared more about.
Yeah.
Oh, he went into Rogue again and just shocked her too, so now she can't hit
Oh,
as hard.
that was weird. I saw the measure right to Storm. Okay.
Well, they measured, but he probably was just trying to decide.
Yeah, fair enough.
He knows that he's in. He's got to know that he doesn't necessarily stay there because Storm can just easily yeet her off, if not just completely annihilate her by some lucky dice.
Yeah.
It's range 3, and it's her weakest. I think it's her weakest. So this makes sense. You want to kind of delay.
So on the bottom here, he's got Agent Venom still left to go.
Yeah. So it really doesn't matter too much what's going on the bottom in person. Honestly, the fight that's up at the top is the most impactful of them.
Yeah. All right, so Beast is done. He's just going to contest that serum canister down there.
Get those points. Hold that. Like, he's not losing that extract.
And the serum canister that gives the extra power, right? Is that the one? Yeah, extra power if you're near it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is something that I think like X-Men used to really enjoy before they became the pay-to-flip masters, because their superpowers are so expensive. So starting round 2 with like 3 power is kind of a sweet spot for a lot of their superpowers. But Mutant Madman's better, and Sword is better, and all these other pay-to-flips are really, really good for them. All right, looks like a web swing. Yeah.
Agent Venom's got web swing.
Yeah, he's not gonna win the back canister because there's 2. You got Wolverine and Hulk there, so there's no reason to try to position on that. And then maybe he's just He probably should have measured. If he's trying to go for the actual thing, I probably would have measured it a little better, but he had plenty of room. He's good to go. So, and test it, keep that point off, and then maybe put a Incinerate into him. How much power does he got left?
He has 2 left.
I would pop the Incinerate. It's energy attack, and it's so it's the weakest. Weakest defense.
That's right.
Automatic Incinerate, but
I hear dice being
didn't spend
rolled,
the
but that
power.
didn't spend the power. So I think it's a normal attack. 3 hits, including a crit, into 2 saves so far. So it's 3 hits into 2 saves. So I think
Could reroll one of them with Beast's reroll ability, but it looks like he's just taking it.
he's just taking it. So 1 damage goes into Beast.
Yeah. Yeah. See, yeah. I mean, again, I'm not entirely certain how valuable it is, but knocking that extract off of him would make the Web Warriors player team a lot easier. So having an Incinerate would make it a lot easier to get it off of him.
Mm-hmm. Especially with the energy attack. Now he's spending 2.
Probably the throw.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Spending 3. I think it's at 3. And he's just going to throw him into this.
He probably didn't give himself the 1 for doing the damage. Cool. So Beast is going to throw there. He's going to take a point of damage, but more importantly, he's going to be off the point.
Yeah, so I guess he wanted to do it to get the power so that he could do the throw. That makes sense too. Very Web Warrior mentality. I am a shield player, so therefore my mentality is pew 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 pew.
Yeah, but that's exactly a good point to point out. Like different philosophy of what you're trying to accomplish with your faction. So well done to Pierce Cat. Nice round for him. It's got Miles left to go.
Miles and what is it? Miles and well, we'll see which one they go with, Storm or Rogue. First. I feel like he almost wished that they go in and try to take out Miles and just give him that 1 extra power so he can steal the last that other scroll.
Yeah.
I assume that this is Storm attacking because
Yep. Range 4.
Not in range.
Yeah, not in range. So Storm did 3 hits into we're just seeing a reroll
with the shock.
Two saves plus the yep. So shock and 1 damage goes through the Spider Woman.
Yeah, probably not enough to take her up, but Rogue could possibly do it. She won't be able to pick up the extract, but
second attack does absolutely nothing.
That's the Storm dice I'm used to seeing. But that's good. I mean, it's more or less a pass round. Put a shock onto her. It's just extra gravy. I don't think it was a high percentage play to daze her. And even if she did, I don't know if they're close enough for her to pick it up. Maybe they are. I don't know what Storm spent her power on. Was it a type of attack? She didn't throw her. Oh, maybe she boosted the dice? Maybe she boosted her dice.
I don't know.
And tried to daze her.
Miles moving into range of Storm and Rogue. Second action sounds like it's going to be an attack. I'm not sure into which target though.
Was that he web swinged, right?
Web swung.
Yeah, he web swinged. Yeah, not an action.
Ooh,
First action.
Oh my goodness! Wow, 4 hits including a crit. Crit rolls into nothing, so 4 into no saves. Blech. That's Storm dazed.
Jeez. Now that's the Storm dice I'm used to seeing.
Oh gosh, Gil's not been having a great day when it comes to his opponent's dice. His dice have been fine, more or less. Okay.
So now he can take off that extract from her and get it if he wanted to. If he wanted to leave himself in range. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. She's shocked and she's stunned, and if you can just take that extract right off of her and then
I think he's doing it. I
hold
saw
it,
him
which
spend the
he's
power.
that's what he's doing. He's spend the power. That's what he's doing.
Ooh, God. 5 hits, including a crit.
Love to see it.
Crit rolls into another hit. That's 6 hits. 6 hits into 2
Six
saves.
hits. So
Oh,
she takes 3, but only gets 1 power, which is the
even
the
the
beauty of Spider Woman.
yeah. If you didn't catch that at home, it's she only takes 3 because there's also damage reduction involved. She has that ability, and drops
That's
the
right.
scroll, which Miles very gladly picks up. He has to
Nice.
roll
See
to
if he
see if he's gonna
can
move. He's fine.
he's more than fine. He's very strong.
Yeah,
He's
he's
very strong.
holding that scroll down on the floor. You stay down, scroll. Rogue goes.
Yeah. Yeah, but
She
this is also big because she needs to do something. They both have extracts on them, but she is not contesting any secures.
exactly.
So up there, he's losing the most important battle right now. So this rogue activation's got to be huge.
She has charge,
She has charge,
which he
correct? So
which
she
he
can
just
get
spent.
to a point.
Yeah. Question is, where is he gonna go?
Did he just spend or is he? I think he might. She might be spendering. I
Just
think she's
doing a
spendering.
spender. Okay.
Southern hospitality.
All right, into Miles.
Yeah.
Her roll is 3 wilds. Miles has 1 save so far, but he'll get a reroll.
Yeah, I would re-roll that skull. Well, he's got 3 rerolls at this point, so you can reroll the 2 of them for spider senses, and then reroll again for his
Oh my
leadership.
goodness, he rolls those 2 dice, they roll right back into the same result.
It is to be done. It is fate. It is your destiny.
And rolls the third time,
Yeah,
as you mentioned, but also into nothing. Wow. So he
takes
takes
2.
takes 2. Yeah.
Um,
And is pushed?
no, I think oh yeah, he does. There's a throw attached to it as
Throw.
well.
Okay.
Did not have the. Don't know if he decided he was going to. He didn't spend the power, so I assume he's not doing a fallback. Probably what I would have done in this situation, maybe. The charge is a tricky wicket because if you charge, it could set off spider tracker. So, because it's a move action. So if she moves to try and do it, he could just spider tracker out of range of the attack.
All right. So um he's rolling defense dice again. Oh, I guess he went into Spider Woman? Oh no, sorry. Spider Woman was dodging. She was dodging
Oh,
and saved 2 out of the 3, so she's
got it. Yeah,
taking
yeah.
1 more. Okay. And now I think Rogue's going to do another attack into Miles.
Which again is why I was surprised he didn't use the fallback because now Miles is
Ooh,
sitting there. Otherwise,
3
she would
crits
just be
into
left.
3 crits
Nothing
into
to
2
do.
saves. Into 2 more hits. 5 hits into 2 saves.
That's a good hit. He needs to. I don't think it matters. Does it matter?
Yeah, because if he re-rolls that son into a save, he's still going to take 2 hit points of damage, and that'll
Yeah,
daze him.
which is again why I felt like fallback. I felt like he was going to fall back. I think he had the 2 power before the attack, so maybe he didn't. I thought he did, and then he could have been thrown and then fallen. I guess the fallback would have happened before, and he could have got thrown in.
Mm-hmm.
But he could have thrown him. He could have probably. I haven't measured it. He didn't measure it, so I assume he didn't think about it. I would have thought about it, maybe trying to put myself behind Jessica so that this doesn't happen.
Yep. So after all that, Rogue gets back the scroll and has a day's Miles.
And now it's going to storm hop off.
Amazing X-Men again with their shenanigans. Oh man. Oh man. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Good
I thought
recovery.
it was a great recovery. I thought this was really going in his favor, and I feel like that play.
That was good.
Uh,
Nice, really nicely done. So Gil managed to, when he picked up the scroll, not roll the trigger. or was able to roll so that he didn't have to move. So he's fine. And I
Yeah.
think that does now end the round. And it's again 2-2 on the scrolls, and one Gil
I think
has
it's I think
two.
it's 4-4.
4-4 again. Yeah, sure
Yeah,
enough.
4-4. This is still not bad at all for Pierce Cat because Storm is on her injured side, and she's not the tankiest person in the world. And Rogue just needs to take, one more, two more damage, and then she's dazed. So it's very winnable up top. And again, if they can take that scroll off, like it doesn't matter what happens on the bottom of the board.
Also, what's important is that Pierce Cat has priority this round, which is huge.
And it is huge. I don't know what he can do with it. He needs to take away an activation, I would imagine.
That's what I'm
I mean,
thinking.
that's how when I play wide and I get priority, I don't. My goal is not to have priority again. My goal is to
Hmm.
win. Although maybe he's probably concerned about Logan kind of moving and then one-shotting Felicia. Very, very possible because he
Look at
can
you on
move,
a
get a
first name
free.
basis with these professional superheroes.
I
Excuse
mean,
you.
Felicia and I, we go back in my head, in my head canon. I just keep drinking.
Yes, indeed. How is that bullet tasting today?
It's been a long time since I've had a bullet bourbon. It's very, very tasty.
Good for you.
Keeping me warm on this winter day.
Is it cold by you still?
Nope, it's 60 degrees.
Oh,
It's unseasonably warm all winter.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Think.
yeah, I don't.
Go ahead.
No, I was just say I don't know. There's a lot of options here, and I'd be afraid of all of them. But he's the Felicia worried about her getting one shot very easily. Could be one shot with Logan moving up and getting his rerolls into her and a Pierce, but which kind of negates the advantage that the web warrior player has. And but then again, if you can remove an activation at the top, that's also great. Tough. I don't know. That Miles play was really rough. That was really rough for him.
Yep. I'm curious now. Very curious. Very crucial first activation here by Pierce Cat.
Yeah, agreed.
For folks watching now, I'll be streaming again tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. London time, 2 p.m. East Coast time. Oop, looks like a card coming out.
All webbed up, I assume.
Yeah, all welled up. That's sure it is. Yeah,
Played by Miles, I assume as well.
yeah. So here comes Slows. Slows going down on Rogue and Storm.
Storm, yeah.
And yeah, so quickly, so we're going to be playing another round of 32 tomorrow as they continue to wrap up. They only have tomorrow and Sunday to get those games in before we move on to the Sweet 16. Oop. So there's Miles doing his web swing forward
Yep.
onto the point.
Yep. Here's where the brace for impact might be important.
Ooh.
So the X-Men player hasn't played any of
Yeah,
their
not a single card
cards.
yet. Yeah. Let's see who Miles goes after.
No R&D from the web warrior player.
Mm-hmm.
3 rounds in. Got plenty of power. I guess he's getting beaten up.
So I've heard some dice being rolled. Not sure who the target is yet. 3
Not
dice
sure
thrown.
either. Three. So that's probably Storm.
Yeah. She's got no save, Storm, against 4 attacks, 4 successes. That's
I mean, that's just slightly below average. Slightly below average. It's because, it's about a 50-50, but the crits make it a little higher. So I would have expected 5. Maybe. So you wouldn't expect one shot. We always get disappointed when we do these big plays and they don't work out with a one shot. But a one shot, we shouldn't expect it unless we're doing some uber attrition play. Like
even
if
with
you had this,
all webbed up in play though.
yeah, because she's rolling 3, so you should assume she's gonna block 1, and you're rolling 6, 8. So 8. So you should expect that you get anywhere between 4 to 5 successes. So if you get 5 and she gets 1, then that's still just 4.
Yeah, yeah.
And the throw would be braced
Oh my
if she
god.
got bigger. Holy, what just happened?
4, 5, 8 hits plus 2 crits. Well, okay. Gil's not even bothering. He's thinking,
There goes Storm. See, that's expected.
what did Miles just went flying into her?
Well,
knocked her out cold. Boom. Right. So that means no web hopping anymore, or storm hopping anymore.
more Storm hopping. Yeah, I'm not sure how valuable that will have been.
Yeah, because it seems like
But
there's not a lot of maneuverability going on in this game, right?
yeah, there's not much they can do, but I'm sure there's some plan that the X-Men player has to make the Storm Hop work. The Storm Hop is one of the most important things here. So,
all right, he also
cover...
played Advanced R&D, and he get at least Black Cat a power. I still happen to see that, but I'm not sure who else might have gotten one. So,
yeah, this also forces the hand to maybe make Rogue move because she might not have an activation if she doesn't go next. Because there's a very good chance that Spider-Woman takes her out. But who's grabbing that scroll at that point? Miles going first also meant that the person who could grab a scroll can't grab a scroll.
Because you're only allowed one.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
But it is also very likely that you can daze her, which is a pretty good thing to happen.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough power to charge because that stun.
Who?
Rogue? Yeah,
Rogue has enough power.
Is it just 2?
It's 2.
Oh gosh.
It's just 2.
Amazing.
I think all charges are 2, except unless you're OG Wolverine. Or unless you have something attached to it, like they attach with Malekith and
Gotcha.
OG Wolverine and who's the other one that I'm thinking of but missing? Thor.
Thor, yeah. That's what I was thinking, actually. His is 3, but yeah, he's got other stuff to come with it. Ooh, and I think fallback's happening now.
Spider Tracker.
Spider Tracker.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want to use the Spider Tracker off of that charge. It basically is a waste of power.
Yep.
You don't get it back, the power back, and you've used your action. So now it's
a real ball buster.
She can't do anything but move.
Just go right back, try to hold on and score a point, maybe.
I don't know why she did with a short template, but yeah. Oh, she slowed. That's right. She slowed.
Lots of things. A lot of things going on in this game.
Jessica can basically at will at any time just glide over and zap her with 7 die attacks. 6 die attacks because she's shocked. Yeah, this is the play. Get Felicia away from
Hulk.
Logan. Get Felicia away from Logan.
And is she staying there? Yeah. So that was the entire activation. Okay.
Move.
Back to Gil.
Get the cover. Makes sense.
Okay. Beast into Agent Venom.
Yeah, this could be pretty big.
Agent Venom's sitting on 3 out of 6 hit points.
3 out of 6. He's gonna get two attacks into him, potentially a throw if he gets the ambush. Which currently he does not, and currently does not do any damage.
Oh my lord. These defense dice. Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, for the fact that half his team is on the injured side, and yet his defense dice are amazing. His team is bleeding out, but he's rolling hot.
Good old Matt Alex is in the chat. I'm going to be seeing him next week at Adepticon, which is going to be amazing.
Nice.
I met him the first time last time I was at Adepticon, and this time I'm hopefully to get a game together.
In competition or just in general?
Oh, I don't know. He's too good a player, so unless I get him in round 1, I'll never see him again. But
it could happen round 2. You could get paired down.
But hopefully some of the fun stuff. We'll see. Looks like a second attack coming in.
Yeah, he probably was trying to think, should I just move and throw, or should I? But what is that?
Oh my god! Another stinker.
Oh, that's very disappointing.
Oh.
Does get a power from his skull.
Yay!
But now he's stranded out there. I imagine I imagine at that point, maybe Black Cat just rolls up and steals it.
Black Cat's on the other side
Maybe
of the table.
double move steal.
Oh, she's already finished this turn though. Yeah.
Oh, right. So I guess it's Agent Venom would be and try and take him out,
Yeah.
which would be a lot easier if he was incinerated. Just saying.
Matthew. Now.
Sorry. No, he made the right play for what he did. He got the points. He got
Yeah.
the attack to gain power so he can throw. That makes sense to me. After he did it. But now would be really nice.
That would be nice. What else? Who's going next now? There's a wealth of choices.
There are a wealth of choices. I feel like it's got to be Agent Venom. The other two, or I mean, maybe one of the other two to get them away so they don't die by whatever activation happens next.
Yeah.
Like right now, the next people are going to be either Hulk or Logan, and they're probably going to kill one of the people who's there. So I guess it makes sense. I got the Wild. I don't remember what the Wild does for multiple personalities.
Oh, I don't either.
It's not the movement, so I'm guessing it's hit. I think it's extra 2 dice.
Yep, extra 2 dice.
Yeah.
He's moved once.
Moving up there.
He's gonna throw his stars, maybe. No, he's
or stars, or he's gonna do a spender.
Yeah, he's got a spender. He's got loads of power.
So he's banking it on that one because that's gonna push him farther away from Venom, and away from the secure. I guess it keeps him safe.
Here comes the spender. This is a mystic attack, isn't it?
Correct. So I think it's into his 3, but he does not have cover now. No more cover. Storm is gone.
Ugh. All right, and he's got 2 extra dice from the personality roll. Rolls 3 hits with 2 crits into just 1 save.
Underwhelming.
4 hits into 1 save, so 3 damage, which is okay. Beast is on 5 out of 6.
Yeah.
Any abilities on that mystic attack?
Push it. He can push. He pushes any places. I don't remember if they're maze or not. I just did a podcast with Ryan Farmer, and we talked a lot about this, but I don't remember off the top of my head if the pushes a may.
If the target is size 2 or less, before it may be pushed.
And he's size 3, so it doesn't matter. He cannot be pushed.
Ah, okay. And why does he get to move within 1? Or
that's the other trigger of it. You must place within
1.
Oh,
okay. I skipped right over that. No trigger, it just happens. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you just need to do it. He's launching himself at the target.
Cool. All right, back to Gil. Gil's look like he's activating the Hulk.
He's good.
Got 3 targets to deal with. Gwen. Looks like a gamma leap, maybe. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a duff.
Oh,
he's got to start getting
on the other side of the table. Yeah, he's just running away.
The fight's there. Like whatever happens down here doesn't matter. We're talking points at this point of the game. He can move, and this is the power of Hulk. He just moves. Basically, his activation is just jump, move, throw, and that is kind of enough potentially. So I'm gonna throw I probably would have moved myself since I knew I wasn't going to get onto the point to be able to be within range 2 of that size 4 and throw that instead.
Yeah.
But
clever. Yeah.
Instead, maybe he wants to get rid of the. I mean, he could try to get rid of that car.
He could throw people too, right? He could just throw. Yeah, sure enough, he's gonna throw Spider-Woman into Black Cat.
Ah, that's good. Yeah. Very dicey. Could have just thrown a size 4 into Black Cat.
Yeah. All right. Black Cat rolls defense. 1 save. Takes 2 damage. Ooh. Which is just what he needs, I think, if I'm doing this right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Whoa.
Days. And that is going to But Hulk cannot pick it up
Can't
because he
pick it up. Nope.
does not have the power.
But
He
who's
had to use
still
all his
activated
power.
up there? Spider Woman is still left to activate, so that's annoying.
Yeah, it's the same problem with this is actually very potentially good in that because he went with Miles first. Miles was the only one who could get objectives, and now he can't because he's activated. So Rogue was someone they could take out, but can't benefit VP wise. Just remove his benefit.
Mm-hmm. Good. Well, that keeps Gil a little bit, salvages us a bit from this round.
I think it's really even right now, to be perfectly
Yeah, I
honest.
believe you.
He really needed to.
Gwen's gonna go after that.
Well, he's gonna pull. I imagine She's gonna pull Hulk away.
I'm gonna. Yeah,
I mean, it's like a stopgap, but at least it forces him to spend power.
sure. I thought she might have go pick up that scroll.
She still can. She moved once, and then she pulls him, and then moves again and picks up the scroll.
Oh, okay, right. It's a superpower. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, what an exciting game!
Yeah, really amazing play back and forth here. A lot of shenanigans.
I agree. I've always been a little suspect with the X-Men into Web Warriors, that Web Warriors would have a hard time, but it's been a really good back and forth, both sides.
People not familiar with the league, only one of these players will be progressing in the elimination rounds. It's a single elimination type of tournament, so they are both. Only one of them will be going into the Sweet 16. The other one will have to say goodbye to Season X. Great season. We had a lot of new players, a lot of interesting games. Been really fantastic.
And a lot of good players, like new faces, making it into the cut. That's something I've always really enjoyed about the league, is that it's not just the same old faces. I mean, we see some of the same old faces, but like,
Yeah.
we're seeing new blood coming in and doing well.
Yep. Yep. Even in the world of playing in real life, some people still find playing online useful and fun.
I agree. So yeah, the push. It's difficult. He basically was pushing the Hulk into the ability to throw a size 4 terrain, but he only gets 3 power next turn. What's he
Oh,
doing? He's rolling dice.
he's rolling dice.
What's
What
what is she?
attack?
Oh, because she can attack and then move after the
Ah,
attack.
right. Okay, cool.
I was like, wait, what are you doing?
2 hits into 2 saves doesn't do anything, but doesn't make a
No,
difference. So might as well go for it in case your dice spike.
I I guess I don't know if that was necessarily worth it. She's got 8 power on her. She doesn't need the power, and
Just giving Hulk
why
power.
why give Hulk the power
Yeah.
and the potential dice?
Mm-hmm.
Like, right now he's only gaining 3 power, so he can throw, he can gamma leap, and then hope that dice give him power to throw things.
All right. There's Gwen moving forward into the scroll.
Yeah, because after her, she does this particular attack, her spider technique. If she had advanced or placed before in the turn, then she can do another. She can advance long. I assume she's picking up that scroll, and hope that she doesn't get pushed into Hulk's face. Not that it matters, because the Hulk can just spend 3 power and be wherever he wants.
All right. There goes the scroll. So then we should see a roll coming up now.
Shame they can't reroll on this.
And she's safe.
Hey, she's fine. She's fine.
Loves it.
Strong spiders.
Okay. Over to Gil. He's got Logan. Logan has to move to go somewhere relevant, and then he's going to attack whom?
If he wants to save the extract, Agent Venom.
Yep. And he'll get on the point too.
If he wants to try and kill things because he's seen blood, Moon Knight. But I'm pretty sure it should be Agent Venom.
Yeah, I agree.
He gets full rerolls.
Especially because Venom hasn't gone yet.
Yeah.
Does he get full reroll? Oh, yeah, he's further than 3. Because even if you're...
Yeah.
Never mind. I was thinking of something else.
He's
Ooh, the
definitely not moving
rerolls. The
3.
rerolls mattered. He went from 3 to 5 hits because of the
The
rerolls.
rerolls do matter. Although the three was probably enough because he had the pierce, so he didn't even
Yeah,
need the rerolls
yeah.
actually. But the rerolls do matter. But that definitely keeps Beast safe. So that is essentially
A win.
um, that's 2 VPs
Uh,
because it's very likely that Agent Venom activates. Then Agent Venom takes out Beast, takes his scroll, and then throws Logan off of the point so that he's scoring 2 VPs on the bottom.
okay. He has to
So
move
that
within 1 of Venom. But it looks like he was able to do it and still stay outside of 3 of Beast. So he should be able to use this. Oh, no, he did an action already by moving. Sorry.
yeah.
Never mind. Okay. But he gets to go on the point and he'll score that point.
Yep, that's correct. It's very, very, very big. He's basically owning at this point the bottom, the 2 VPs that he can hold on the bottom. The question is what happens.
Oh, and he patched up Beast.
Hey, that's a play there. Use his first tactics card.
Yeah.
Good. Might as well flip over that to me, my X-Men. That's never gonna
Oh,
play.
yeah.
Eyes on the Prize, also not a card that's probably getting played.
That could still happen, but never know.
It could still happen, but I'm not it's got to be like a Hulk throws something into somebody
Yeah.
and is still too far away and
Right.
then needs it and then runs away. That's that type of play. But he doesn't really have the power to be doing all that right now.
All right. So that leaves Spider Woman. If you haven't hit the likes button or subscribe button or all that kind of jazz, do that stuff now. You're sitting there.
Smash that bell.
Hit the bell, hit the button, do the things. I'm thinking because it helps people find the channel. I think what they say.
Now, you know what would be an interesting play, which I don't know if he sees? He could potentially try and zap Hulk. No, can't stun him. But you could shock Hulk, which would be nice with Spider-Woman. But maybe he just wants to focus on trying to flip Rogue. She's severely debilitated at this point.
Yeah.
0 power. She'll have 2 power at the start of the next turn because of the crises, but
But he would be giving up a well, unless she can get onto the other point. Well, no, it doesn't matter. Miles is holding that point.
Miles is on that point.
She'd be giving up a control point by leaving this secure, but it might be worth it.
She's got somebody's got to be there, right?
No,
Like
Black Cat is dazed, and I think
Black Cat is
I'm guessing
Gwen is
Ghost
too
Spider's
far
too
away.
far away. Yeah,
I think that she can get close enough that she can sit on that point and fire a range 3.
Okay.
Yep. I think so. I can't tell for certain, but I think I'm not seeing any rulers going out. But if she could just pop on there, stay on that point, and then deal 2 damage and 2 attacks to I mean that's 2 VPs. It might even be worth it to just go all the way over there and just make her fort and shoot her with the
all right.
4 threat Venom Blast.
Here's
But
the glide.
It looks like
glide puts her
looks
within
like-
1 of the canister.
looks like hoping to deal 2 damage on 2 attacks.
Yep.
And I think all webbed up. So this is a
Oh,
6.
gosh,
These
yeah.
are 6. Should be 6 dice
Yeah.
because she's shocked.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay.
2, 3. It's been so long. Hopefully they remember that there's all webbed up is still in
Yeah.
play. They got the card out there, so I assume
Yeah, it's
they
right
can do it.
there. Should hope so. Let's see how many dice get thrown. 2 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 dice that they got thrown.
Yeah.
And
6 dice.
and is Rogue's damage mitigation minimum 1?
Just to 1.
Yeah. Okay.
to
So
1.
she's gonna take 1.
Or she'll take
So
1.
Gil's clenched butt right now. Squeaky.
Here we go.
Squeaky bum time.
There it is. 6 dice. What do they do?
Oh God!
Oh!
Disaster.
Rogue. That's a good block too, Rogue, but that's not good enough.
Oh, Gil must be so annoyed at that really nice roll. He rolled three
Dude,
saves, but into
what a waste.
6 hits. But
That's MCP though, right? You know,
mm,
it favors offense because it doesn't matter how good, you don't gain anything by rolling great dice if you this happens, you know? But the nice thing is since it wasn't a one shot, she gains 2 power
yeah.
instead of just 1 power. So
You're such a nice guy, Matthew. I would hope to have you at my as a teammate at some point because you're very encouraging.
oh, you gotta look at the silver. You know, it's as you know, Sooner always tells me this. He says, "Play to your outs." You know, as horrible as things may look, you always play to your outs. And I've won a lot of games by just sitting there and seeing the game look really bad in my favor, and I just take a breath, play, see what was good, what I can work with, and play to my outs.
All
Game's
right.
not over.
Bad news is that there is quite a bit of a point swing here now.
Hmm.
I think it's going to be 10 Gil and 6 points to Pierce Cat. One, two, no, maybe 4 points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4 points for Pierce Cap because he lost the south end.
Right. Okay. So that's 12 to 10. 12 to 10. So that seems like round 4 could be the final round. Pierce
Round
Cat.
4 should be 12 to 10. So
It depends if Gil gets a good round because then he won't be able to win. Well, he could, I suppose, but
he could win if he gets the 3 on the bottom. He just needs 3 on the top. Um, Obviously 3 on the bottom is not guaranteed. But for all intents and purposes, not for all intents and purposes, everyone on the south side is fully healthy
mm-hmm.
for Gil. So he has a very good opportunity to get 2 to 3 points on the board.
Right. But
Everyone
the
else
two
is
scrolls are on the top of the board.
right. Well, he needs to get if he wants to win, he needs to also win the bottom at this point because
Hmm.
everything's up there, but he can't just give up the points obviously on the bottom because
No.
Pierce Cat is close. And Agent Venom is probably the key here because Agent Venom has a throw.
Mm.
And if Moon Knight gets 1 power on him, he's got that push.
Mm.
So anyone who activates on the bottom, even though they have the healthy to injured advantage, if anyone activates on the bottom for Gil and then is done, the other one could respond and throw them off.
Okay. Big choice for Gil at this
Yes.
start of round 4. Huh. All webbed up is not on the table any longer, even though it's
I mean,
sitting there.
technically the card is there.
Yeah, I know the
I
card is
think
there.
yes, it is not.
There.
Yes.
Hey! Good
Yeah,
old.
they got it. They
Got it.
They got fallback is left. Fallback is left, which could be pretty crucial.
I agree.
Pierce Pierce Cat needs 4 points.
4 points to win. He's got 2
4
scrolls.
points to win. He needs if Gil doesn't grab that scroll at the top, then Miles is gonna get it, and then GTFO. He's going to web swing.
Yep.
He might actually just move and web swing and move. Like he's got all the power he needs to do that.
Rogue looks like she's charging.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's Black Cat and Gwen over there. Oh, and
Probably
Spider
going
Woman.
after.
Sorry. All 3.
Well, Spider Woman is the biggest threat. It's the only healthy person left on Pierce Cat's team.
I see 3 dice. Defense dice could be anybody, though.
Yeah, because she could make it energy.
Rogue didn't work out. 2 hits, including a wild. Crit rolls into 1 save.
Well, but got to reroll.
And a reroll.
Got to reroll.
Yeah.
I assume. So are you reading it or something? I didn't see any damage go through.
I saw him get a power for some reason.
Who got a power?
Spider Woman, I thought.
Did she?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe. I didn't see. I wasn't looking at. Maybe I didn't look at her quick enough.
Yeah.
But she should take a damage too.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah, exactly. Not sure.
Or maybe she was no, because they rolled a defense, so it wasn't a mutant absorption. It was just a charge. I'm surprised they haven't done a reroll yet. Maybe they're talking something out. Maybe she's thinking about fall. Oh, probably thinking about fallback.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, because taking the damage. Maybe I missed the reroll. Maybe they missed the reroll because he was already thinking about fallback, and can fall back. And then if she falls back, then she's safe. There's nothing that Rogue can.
Martial
Unless Rogue spends
artist. Thank you, Lucas. Martial artist. She
Thank blocked it.
blocked it because
Thank,
of the
thank
blank.
you, Lucas. Thank you.
What a boss.
What about so she could still spend it, maybe, or maybe Gil's thinking about what to do now. Could throw that thing into her, unless Pierce Cat's still thinking about just putting her to safety.
I don't know. A lot of hand waving.
I don't know either.
A lot of time being wasted.
Can't abandon the points completely.
No.
You know.
All right. Looks like Rogue going into Spider Woman again. Spider Woman, I played against her at the York Weekender, and man, oh man, is she tanky. Oh god, she was so annoying.
She's so good. I love her.
Oh gosh, another
Better
bad,
roll.
not a great roll.
That's
You think it's
a
good? Okay.
it's not good for a spender. Okay, wait, I didn't realize it was the spender. Never mind, it's not that great. But that's 0 damage, but with a throw, which
Goes into this
throw
Black Cat.
Black Cat. That's fine. Not the activation you really want from Rogue, but that sometimes happens with Rogue. Sometimes she just
Yep.
does insane things. But even if she took out Spider Woman, she wouldn't have been able to pick up the point because she doesn't have the power. Again, like I don't know if the spender was worth it
Yeah.
at that point.
Black Cat rolls
Because now,
defense, rolls 2 saves, including a crit. Crit rolls into nothing. So she'll take 1
takes 1
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
Like she could just grab that. If Spider Woman got dazed, then Black Cat could just grab the scroll and then run up to the other
Yeah.
affinity formula and be relatively safe
Yep. I think that's done.
with 2. But there's still outs here. There are still things that can happen here because he's got to get those 4 points. And I don't think Pierce Cat has those 4 points secured yet.
So that's
I
Rogue.
do think that,
Sorry, Rogue activation is done.
yeah. I mean, if I was Pierce Cat, I would take one of those 3 very potentially almost about to fall over to Hulk models and just run to the other secure so that Miles has the freedom to grab and go.
Possibly.
But something is happening.
Dice. Oh, is this mutant absorption now?
No, he didn't have the power. He should
Didn't
have
have
done.
power.
So it's
Okay.
definitely Pierce Cat attacking somebody. Well, I guess we'll see in a moment.
Yeah.
Because some damage, I think,
It's
went
Hulk.
through.
Somebody attacked Hulk and staggered him. Must have been Black Cat.
Oh, Black Cat. Makes sense. And then she can run to the secure.
Oh god.
Oh, and she got the trigger, so she got the elusive.
Yeah, elusive. Oh, she is so.
This is the sun is starting to set on this boy. Sun's getting real low there.
She's going to now do her hook line to get near to that scroll. That'll leave her 1 action left.
Which will probably either be to run away or to sit on the back that other secure.
Yeah, and then that'll free Miles up to go do some work.
The worst part about this is now that Hulk is staggered, there's no way for Gil to contest that other Infinity capsule.
Hey, Matthew, you mentioned Sooner and his outs. I mean, guess who pops up in the chat?
Oh no, he's watching.
He's watching
He's
you.
behind you.
Where can people hear your show?
Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can just go to the Gamers Guild podcast, and we post every Tuesday. And you get Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever it is. You can join our Discord, and that's it. We always post our latest podcast and latest Gamers Guild videos there, so
Mhm.
everything's right there to find everything. And we also, for those who are Shatterpoint inclined, we are also starting to every once in a while put in a Shatterpoint episode because we're really jazzed about that one too.
Nice, nice. And then
That
Nate
he's the one
does
leading that.
his own thing on YouTube videos, right?
Nate primarily is on the YouTube videos, although we are currently working on this very big, like 2 hour episode that we're probably going to break up, and Nate's a part of that one. It's a full team
Oh,
episode that's going to be about the best and worst models in the game.
oh,
Uh, so it was a big round table, and so it was a real fun one that
sounds like it.
got a little loose. So, but he leads the video. I tend to lead most of the MCP stuff with the help of everyone on the team, with Sooner and Merzane and Justin and um, Merzane being Josh and then Kenny. But Kenny is also really focused on getting the Star Wars Shatterpoint thing going.
All right. So that was Beast attacking, I think, Age of Venom. Age of Venom didn't take any damage, but Beast then got to move within one of him, and he's also now contesting the point. And Beast
Did he get
is.
to move? I think he just moved. I think he didn't get the trigger. It didn't look like.
Oh, I heard dice being thrown.
I
Uh,
heard DOS being thrown, but I don't see a wild trigger. Maybe I just missed it.
and now he's thrown a car into Moon Knight, who doesn't save anything, so he takes 3 points of damage. Uh,
Ouch.
I think he should have one action left. If I
Yep.
no, wait,
Or not. Did he attack and then move? Did he attack, fail, and move? I don't know.
no,
I was talking too much about myself. I gotta stop talking about
that's
myself.
okay. I didn't realize that he moved down to the bottom of the table, so it didn't move fast enough. So he's going to go ahead and
You can't move there. There's no reason to move.
no,
Like
he should just
he's not
finish
gonna
off
get.
Moon Knight. Spender. It was the spender. Thank you, Sooner.
Got it. Thank you. So at that point, it's up to Logan to be the one to cap out the other point. But again, he's moved, and Agent Venom could just throw him off. Now Logan also has a throw, which I think he needs one more power to do, which isn't too hard. If he can get one more power, he can throw off whoever's on that point. So it's kind of a game of chicken of who on this point is going to cap the secure, because I don't think that extract's coming off of Beast.
All right, so that's another attack. Looks like 3 hits into again no saves. I'm not sure who the target was, but we'll find out
I
shortly.
imagine Moon Knight
Yeah,
to
it's Moon
focus him
Knight.
off.
Sure
That's
enough.
that's pretty big. That's very big. That's
Yep.
your outs.
Sooner out.
One less displacement to worry about.
Right.
And now it's Wolverine versus one-on-one-ing against Agent Venom, and that is something Wolverine likes. Although Wolverine doesn't get his rerolls.
Right.
But he's got a lot of things to do.
Yes.
And I imagine that Pierce Cat does not want to activate Venom yet. He's probably hoping that Logan eventually does not KO Venom, and then Venom can just get a point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, at that point, Venom just walks backwards.
Yeah, he walks backwards. He could throw somebody off. He could do whatever. He could do a lot of things. He's pretty good in that regard. And I think if he can just be responsible for getting one power, a one VP on the bottom, that would do a lot of heavy lifting to secure this game.
Okay, so it looks like Gwen being activated. She's moving along to the far flank. Gwen has a scroll.
Gwen has a scroll and can also set up a lifesaver against Hulk. So Hulk can jump, and then he can try and punch if he gets close enough. And if he does get close enough, then Spider-Woman is safe because of lifesaver. And then all Hulk can do at that point is cry. I mean, at that point, he could just move on to the point. He can't.
Oh God. Gwen's done 2 hits into no saves. I assume it's into Rogue. So that should be, with the damage mitigation, 1 damage, I think, going through.
Yeah. Probably hoping for the.
Although she got cover, doesn't she? By standing on
Nope,
the
because
car?
Storm is.
No, it's standing on the
yeah, she
car.
might have car. She's on the car.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it takes one.
yeah, I don't know if there's. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. It's 2 damage to no save, so it's 1 damage. Um,
Hulk goes. He's going to do his Gamma Leap.
Gamma Leap, which I think will get him onto the point now that Gwen has moved away.
Yep. So
And
moved
yeah,
on to a point, and Spider Woman's there.
then you have to shake his stagger, his shagger,
Shagger.
his 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 swagger.
His There's a
And then there's a lightsaber,
dubstep song named Seven Digit Swagger,
7-digit swagger. Yep.
which is funny fun. Good old
Uh,
dubstep.
well, these people don't have hotkeys. Get the hotkeys going, folks.
I know. I've been meaning to mention that to people on who's watching this. Much easier ways to use tools. So watch my video. If you go to my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Norbert Games, Dr. Norbert Games, the pinned video is a little tutorial about how to use the mod, and it'll show you how to use shortcuts so that you can easily click quick one button will get those tools exactly where you want them to be. And sure enough, there's the lifesaver.
Lightsaber, and I think that's game. I think that's game because
That's how Web Warriors
Gwen,
works.
Gwen, Black Cat, and Spider Woman all have scrolls. Hulk doesn't have the power to throw. He has an action, but he can't do anything with it besides move, I think. And they have the back. They have they Miles and Black Cat both have the other canister, so that's 4 points. That gets to 16. So as I have said, the entire game, the bottom of the map is inconsequential to the end of this game.
And as I mentioned, this is how Web Warriors gets ahead. They just, towards the end game is when they just, you just can't recover once they get a little bit ahead on points. Hulk decides to move a little bit closer, and he's activated.
Yeah, and Gwen and Spider Woman can just move back on the point and deny him even getting that VP.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a game is over, and I'm glad to see it. People talk a lot of negative stuff about the Web Warriors, so it's really nice to see them
Doing their
pull up
thing.
pull up their bootstraps and beat the meta boogie that is the X-Men.
Yeah.
Getting priority was pretty huge in their favor, I think.
Sure. So once this is over, I'll hang up with you, and then we'll hop into their channel to do the post-game interview.
Sounds good.
Anybody watching would like to ask some questions, feel free to throw them into the chat, and we will get to them.
Yeah. I mean, Norbert will. I can't see the chat. So.
All right. So what's this?
I have no idea.
Was this Agent Venom?
Oh, it's Agent Venom is throwing him away, and then he's going to move to the back point.
Good to see you, Daryl. Thanks for watching. Hey, if anybody is interested, the WTC for MCP is now accepting applications for teams. You need to put together a 5-person team from a country or from people who have citizenship in that country. But all teams are welcome. And there's a WordPress account. I've forgotten the name of it now, but you can always DM me and I will tell you all about it. But it's a fantastic deal. October 22nd, 23rd, I think, that weekend. It's in the Copenhagen Airport Hotel, so very, very easy to get to. Very reasonable price as well. The price will include not only the gaming, but also 2 nights hotel stay, plus all the meals on Saturday and Sunday. Highly encourage everybody to come. It's a ton of fun doing team events in general, and especially fun when you get to play against people from all around the world.
I would love to go if I could. It seems like a really awesome tournament to go to.
Yeah. Thank you, Cookie. Cookie just linked it for us. It's WMHWTC. That stands for Warhammer. No. War Machine Hordes WTC.wordpress.com. So WMHWTC.wordpress.com. The reason it is that it's we're doing a joint event with the War Machine crowd who are doing their WTC in the same location. So That's why it's on their blog. Historically, it's been their event, but they have opened it up to MCP this year. Age of Venom decides to go to the back point to score himself a point. Logan tries to go after him, but it looks like he fails to even get that far, and so that makes
The
the
throw is huge. Yeah,
bigger.
classic. Just throw him.
Throw him
Doesn't
in.
have the 3 power to do a charge. Can't even get to the point anyway.
Yep. And
I guess if he had the charge, he would be able to go in and then throw him off. But he doesn't. He needed the extra power again. X-Men love having 3 power, so they did used to love this crises.
Cool. Spider-Woman moves on to a point to gain that point, or deny, actually, Hulk getting the points.
Deny the point, yeah.
Miles just calls it. So 16 to 12. I think it's actually a little bit more than 16, but in any case.
No, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 17. It's actually 17.
Yeah.
Because he's got the bottom point. He's got the 3 scrolls and the diagonal crises.
Yeah, this one here and this one here. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to hang up on you, and I'll see you in their channel.
See you there.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been really fun. That is a really interesting game. Really clever maneuvering by both players. Really fun to watch. And let us go and see what they thought of the game by jumping into their channel.
I could hang out over here. And here's Hugo and Norbert, I guess.
It's Matthew and Norbert.
Oh, Matthew and Norbert. Oh, okay. I didn't know you had a different guest.
Yeah, I had a guest. We have a guest host tonight. That's because Hugo is busy playing in the weekend event that they have going on in Malmo this weekend. All right, welcome. Thank you, Gil and Pierce Cat, for letting us watch this really interesting game back and forth. Really cagey work by both of the players. Congratulations, and thanks for letting us watch it.
Of course. Yeah, my pleasure.
Cool. So, Gil, let's start with you. You did lose priority, and that's usually a pretty big deal against Web Warrior since they are so favored on their own secures. What were you thinking when you lost that priority roll?
Yeah, it wasn't so good. I mean, at least I got for my extracts is fine. I like scrolls, but scrolls is even better for me when I have priority. So that was a bit of a. And if you look at my tactics cards, that's where I messed up. I forgot when I don't have priority, I don't need eyes on the prize because he's going to take the one on his side.
Yep.
So Hulk won't be able to walk over it, jump and hump and take it and go away. So I should have eyes on the prize. I should have had Children of the Atom. So when Rogue had all the conditions on her, I could have taken that away. Charge, sudden hospitality attack, froze, and all the stuff. And actually, I would have won my right flank instead of losing it.
Yeah.
So that was, and brace I probably didn't need either. So I could have had something else. Got to get some air, whatever, fallback.
Yeah.
Anything.
What made you take those cards then?
Well, brace because I was worried if he was gonna stick Rhino in, and I only knew Rhino had a big throw, but I was thinking afterwards I shouldn't have taken brace because I have Rogue and Hulk who's gonna throw all the terrain before he gets to it. And eyes on the prize, as I said, that was just because I forgot that I don't need it when I don't have priority. So that was a big mistake.
Sure. Okay.
I can do some nice to me, my X-Men trick. I mean, if Storm hadn't gone down when she did, I would have, to me, my X-Men Wolverine from over here, from this spot, and then moved him over here, and then he would have been over here faster than Hulk to do damage and take up the points and just clear this area. And then she went down, and I was like, okay, well, that plan's out the window. Then the only one fast enough is Hulk to get there.
Okay. Now, usually those pay to flips that are the big problem, but you got Infinity Formula. Is the B shape okay for you, or is it also problematic?
It's not really when I can do this lineup, I think, because I can put lots of power on both sides, and then Storm can just kind of, whatever side I need to pull people towards, either to go up and take something, pull them away, or pull them across, or she moves up first, and I pull somebody up, and all of a sudden they're in range in turn 1 or 2 to hit something. So I don't, and I mean, X-Men love getting extra power. So if I can't do anything sensible, I'll just move everybody up on my points, and everybody gets extra power. And then even if I pick something up, Rogue can charge because all of a sudden she has 2 power next turn, and Storm, if she hasn't picked anything up, she can all of a sudden she can boost her damage output. So it's not too bad, but you need to adjust to it. And I think I did a few mistakes with who went what way and maybe some activation. And then I mean, the hot dice and the cold dice was unfortunately at the same time. Andrew had some good attacks when I had some no defense rolls.
Yeah.
I think overall on the game, I never blame the dice, because even though it's even sometimes when they're insane, because it evens out over maybe not one game, but then 3 games.
Yeah. What did you think of your deployment, considering that it seemed like the crucial action was happening at the top of the screen or to your right from where you're sitting?
Yeah, I do think there was a mistake in deployment, because I deployed kind of like when I had priority with Hulk and Beast in the middle, so I can jump off and go. I did do some contingency. That's why I put some guys